Okay, so I saw this post. Normani had to cancel her performance at the BET Awards because she got injured. And someone Corey tweeted and said, damn, they don't really make superstars anymore. And I think Michael Jackson broke his leg or injured his leg in some way, so he couldn't really perform. And he was performing Remember the Time. And so he got up a time or two, but I mean, he couldn't really do much. But, you know, he did the best of what he could. And then I saw this quote retweet, and someone said, y'all getting too comfortable with expecting other humans to hurt themselves for your entertainment. They aren't zoo animals. And this is something that I really do agree with as well. And I think you got to be sensitive to that and stuff, because there's a whole thing of maybe having bronchitis or maybe physically injuring your body, and I kind of just feel like, why put yourself at risk to further those injuries? And some stuff, you know, it's just hard to come back from. And I also saw this, someone said, after months of therapy, Tyla's back injury is still giving her trouble. She canceled more shows, wishing a speedy recovery. This is terrible. And someone retweeted and said, but y'all wanted Normani to perform while she's wearing a whole brace and in crutches, lol. It's important to listen to your bodies. I hope they all take the care to get better. And so something important with the Tyla situation is, I remember whenever she was first canceling shows and stuff like that because of this injury, and people on the timeline, they literally basically said that she was lying because she wasn't selling enough tickets and all that stuff and blah, blah, blah. And then I saw someone a few days ago, whenever Normani announced that she had canceled, and someone was like, okay, but whenever Tyla did this, y'all weren't hating on her. Yes, they were. I distinctly remember in my timeline, a lot of people said that she was lying. So I think that Normani and Tyla got a lot of, you know, unjust backlash due to this. I feel like Normani gets a lot of criticism in general. Some was justified, some isn't. But I mean, canceling a performance because of that, I think that, you know, it was ridiculous that people were coming down so hard on her in that respect as well. And I mean, as people were saying, I mean, look at the toll that it kind of took on Michael Jackson, you know, constantly performing through, you know, tough stuff that he had. And what it is, it's going to take a toll on you eventually. And another thing is, like, with Beyonce, like, whenever she did the I'm Such a Fierce World Tour, I'm pretty sure she, like, messed up her knee in some way, and she literally dealt with that injury for what, like 10 years or something like that. And then I think it was before the Dubai performance, she had to have surgery on her knee. And so a lot of people talked about how she wasn't moving a lot and how she just kind of looked weird. But, you know, the fans were like, something is not right. You know, she's usually not moving like this. And we thought maybe she had knee surgery and stuff like that. And they were comparing, you know, photos of like her knees to like photos of people who actually had knee surgery and cross-referencing it there. And we thought, you know, maybe she had it done. And so Tina later confirmed, like, she did have knee surgery. She confirmed it in her little Renaissance thing as well. And so she got a lot of criticism for the Renaissance tour. But again, she had knee surgery and stuff like that. And so I just wanted to ask you guys, how much should an artist push themselves to give a performance whenever they're not at their best, or in general? Of course, I always want an artist to give their best, and best looks like a different thing to a lot of people. Some people are more singer-songwriter kind of performers. Some people are going to hit the choreography. Some people are more about engaging with the crowd and having that kind of theatricality to it. And so I think there's levels to it. But, you know, a lot of people, they kind of have this old school style of thinking, and they think that no matter what, you should go out there and give your best performance. But sometimes you just can't. You know, you have physical injuries like breaking a leg or something like that, and you literally can't do it. And then it's an entire thing of maybe having bronchitis or something wrong with your voice or vocal cords and stuff like that. So I think it depends on what it is, because it's a thing of like, if you have a common cold, I get pushing through that. You know, artists have done that and stuff before. I think Mariah Carey has done it and stuff. And, you know, they kind of just like, it is what it is. But if it's more severe, I think that you should take your antibiotics, go to the doctor, listen to your body, because you don't want to aggravate something further. And some stuff, if you know, keep pushing it, you're not going to be able to come back from it. So it's a lot better to just cancel one show versus, you know, your entire career being in jeopardy because you didn't listen to your body in that moment and stuff. And I get a lot of artists feeling like, okay, I want to give my absolute best that I can, even if I'm not feeling my best. And I can admire that. There is a sense of professionalism to that, but sometimes you can't. And so I think it is what it is in that regard. And I think it really depends on the situation that you're in as well. And I think you see a lot of artists now just, you know, being more honest and stuff. I think Shawn Mendes had to cancel a performance because he was sick and stuff like that. And he was like, I can't do it. Like, the doctor advised me to cancel the performance. And a lot of these artists, you can tell that they're upset to have to let people down. But I mean, you got to listen to yourself in that way. So that is definitely something I will say in that regard. And I can appreciate a lot of times that newer artists, you know, they're being more gentle with themselves, because I think that an entire thing of artists now, and just in general, people don't see them as human. Like, yes, they have a superhuman talent in singing and performing or whatever it is that they do. But I mean, if anybody gets sick, then it's important to kind of heal from that and move on as well. So it's admirable to push through to a certain extent, but you got to listen to your body. That's at least what I think. And so let me know what you guys think down below in the comments, and let's continue this discussion. I thought that this was really interesting to talk about.